You've prayed, you've questioned, you've replayed the conversations over and over in your head, and yet still something doesn't feel quite right. Maybe they twist your words, maybe they get defensive at the slightest thing, or maybe they always end up looking like the victim, even after they've hurt you. If you've been stuck in a cycle of confusion, guilt, and second-guessing yourself, this episode is going to bring you the clarity you've been craving, because today I am sharing 7 hidden signs that God may be exposing a manipulator in your life. Well, hey, my friend, in case we haven't met yet, my name is Kris Reece, and it is my hope to help you navigate difficult relationships and conquer codependency biblically. If you're not already subscribed, would you go ahead and hit that button? And while you're down there, be sure to grab a copy of our free Narcissist Survival Guide. It is my free gift to you. I'll include a link in the description box. Now, before we jump into the signs, I want you to imagine this. You're in a room that slowly fills with smoke. Not all at once, but gradually. So gradually, in fact, that your eyes start to adjust, your lungs adjust, and before long, the air you're breathing seems normal, even though it's toxic. That's exactly what manipulation does. It doesn't always show up as screaming or obvious control. It often comes in quietly, wrapped in guilt, coated in charm, and disguised as love. But today, I'm not talking about the overtly easy to spot manipulators that make you duck for cover when you see them coming. Rather, I'm talking about the slick, even sweet ones that seem harmless on the surface. But it's not until years later, maybe even after your bank account has been drained and you're physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted, that you realize you were played. But just because the smoke isn't choking you yet doesn't mean you're not being harmed. So let's walk through 7 of those hidden signs of manipulation so you can step out of the fog and into the light. Number 1. They're charming, but deeply self-centered. Manipulators often come off as caring, helpful, even fun, especially in public. But underneath the charm is a self-serving agenda. They expect you to meet their needs, soothe their moods, and revolve your life around them and their problems. In real life, they light up when talking about themselves, but go cold when the topic shifts to your pain. You may hear subtle shifts about how they have it so much worse, and if you don't give them attention or agreement, they will withdraw affection or punish you with guilt. But 2 Timothy 3:1 says this, "But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves." These people know how to play you. Whether they're playing the short or the long game, there's always a hidden, self-serving agenda behind their charm and charisma. Hey friend, I'm so excited to announce the release of my new book, Breaking the Narcissist Grip, coming soon. So be sure to join the waitlist for amazing discounts, bonuses, and your chance to grab a copy before its public release. So go ahead and click down below and join the waitlist today. Number 2, they're emotionally manipulative. It is the silent control tactic. Manipulators are masters at exploiting your emotions and keeping you under their control. They know exactly what buttons to push, whether it's guilt, fear, pity, or even silence, to keep you feeling powerless. Instead of confronting the truth, they manipulate you through your emotions. Before you think they're all mean and malicious, be cautious. Some of these manipulators are actually the people pleasers, then the appeasers, saying exactly what you need to hear to return things to their comfort zone. They're not always overtly aggressive. Sometimes they disguise their manipulation under a veil of sweetness, pretending to care just enough to reel you back in. In real life, they may cry to avoid accountability, go silent to punish you, or say things like, "Wow, I guess I'm just the worst person ever," turning the tables and making you feel guilty for simply expressing a boundary or a concern. Watch out for the out-of-the-blue comments that dig up past hurts that you didn't even know were there. This is their way of throwing you off balance and diverting the attention away from their toxic behavior. Psalm 55:21 warns us, "Their speech is smooth as butter, yet war is in their hearts. Their words are more soothing than oil, yet they are drawn swords." Manipulators are experts at identifying your vulnerabilities and weaknesses and then using them to their advantage. They'll weaponize your fears in subtle, hurtful ways, knowing exactly how to keep you emotionally unstable. Don't be deceived. These manipulators love it when you're insecure. They thrive on your self-doubt and will rejoice when your self-worth is in ruins. And before you assume they'll only tear you down with insults, beware. They also build you up, but only in ways that serve their agenda. Number 3, they lack empathy. Oh, but they fake it well. Manipulators are masters at pretending to care, especially when they're under scrutiny. They know how to put on a mask of empathy, making it seem like they're concerned about your well-being. But this empathy is never genuine. It's conditional, and it vanishes as soon as no one is watching, or they got what they want, or it no longer serves their purpose. When you're in pain, instead of offering comfort or understanding, they either dismiss your feelings, turn the focus on themselves, appear bored, or use your vulnerability against you. True empathy isn't just about offering kind words when it suits them. It's about being there consistently, especially when you're hurting. Manipulators, however, don't show up when you need them most. They show up when it benefits them, and their version of empathy is often a tool for control rather than connection. 1 John 4:20 says, "Whoever claims to love God yet hates a brother or sister is a liar." Oh, they'll say they love you, or they'll feign hurt if you question otherwise. But make no mistake, my friend, true love isn't self-serving, and it is definitely not deceptively manipulative. So in real life, you might open up about feeling hurt, hoping for a listening ear, and their response is, "I'm sorry you feel that way." But nothing changes. Or worse, they dismiss your pain with something like, "Oh, here we go again with your drama." But the moment they're hurt or inconvenienced, they'll expect you to drop everything and give your full support. This inconsistency leaves you feeling unimportant and emotionally invalidated, and maybe even reinforces the trauma bond, as their empathy is a facade disguised to keep you in line and make you feel like you're the problem. Number 4, they secretly devalue you to feel superior. To maintain control, manipulators often need to feel morally or intellectually superior to you. They do this by subtly minimizing your achievements, criticizing your ideas, mocking you, even correcting you, or poking fun of you in front of others. Their judgment isn't always loud or overt. It's constant and subtle, like a quiet undercurrent that erodes your confidence over time. The goal isn't just to tear you down, it's to elevate themselves in comparison, making sure that you feel smaller, less capable, less deserving of their recognition. Manipulators often see themselves as above others, but because they're smart enough to know that they can't just come right out and say that, they have to find a way to keep you in a subordinate position, consistently finding ways to subtly undermine you. Whether it's dismissing your accomplishments or belittling your emotions, they ensure that you never truly feel seen or appreciated for who you are. But Galatians 6:3 says this, "For if anyone thinks he is something when he is nothing, he deceives himself." So in real life, you share a win with them, excited about your success, and then they say, "Well, don't let it go to your head." Or when you express a hurt, they deflect by saying, "Well, you're not perfect either." They always find a way to one-up you, whether spiritually, emotionally, or intellectually. Their subtle devaluation is meant to keep you in check, so they can always feel one step ahead. Number 5, they live in a false reality and expect you to live there too. Manipulators often create a distorted version of reality to protect their image and control the narrative. They lie by omission, they spin stories, or they twist the truth to make themselves appear to be the victim. Over time, they build a false narrative that they expect you to either support or stay silent about. This constant revision of reality is a key tool that they use to manipulate others and maintain their control. And if you challenge their version of events, they'll either deny, deflect, or act confused, making you question your own perception of the truth. But Isaiah 50:20 says, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who are wise in their own eyes." In real life, they may tell others that you've mistreated them, all while conveniently hiding their own harmful behavior. They may tell others of their hardships, all while conveniently hiding their irresponsible behavior that got them there. And if you confront them, they'll say things like, "I don't remember saying that," or, "Oh, you always take things the wrong way." And this causes you to doubt your memory, your experiences, and even your sanity. Manipulators feel entitled to what you have, and they will stop at nothing to get it. Whether they cry poverty to gain your pity or manipulate your sense of duty, they'll do whatever it takes to have you foot the bill and support their inflated sense of self-importance. Their lies and tactics are all about maintaining their grandiosity at your expense. Number 6, they play dumb and forgetful. Manipulators have an uncanny ability to dodge responsibility by acting confused or pretending they just didn't understand what just happened. And when confronted with their toxic behavior, they downplay their actions or claim that they had no ill intentions, leaving you feeling like you're overreacting. They may say things like, "I didn't mean it that way," or, "I'm so sorry, I didn't know," when in fact they did know, because you told them 6 times before. They put on the "I'm so innocent" act to effectively sidestep accountability and gaslight you into questioning your reality. But it doesn't stop there. They also have a way of forgetting things, important promises, commitments, responsibilities, or even things they've said, especially when it serves their narrative. This selective amnesia is another tool in their arsenal to make you feel like you're the one who's mistaken, misremembering, or misinterpreting the situation, and being mean about it in the process, because chances are you're frustrated. You see, by making you doubt your memory, they create confusion and manipulate you into questioning the very foundation of your interactions with them. You see, in real life, they may deny promises they've made, saying, "I never promised that," or "I don't remember saying that." And when you do try to remind them of the previous conversations, they deflect and make you feel like you're fabricating the facts or throwing things in their face. This constant push and pull of pretending, ignorance, and forgetting things gradually erodes your confidence and makes you second guess your perception of events, leaving you emotionally drained and mentally unstable, which then leads you to expect little to nothing from this person in the way of responsibility or commitment. And when that happens, they have successfully avoided the responsibility through manipulation. But let's remember Matthew 5:37. "Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Everything else comes from evil." These tactics are not just manipulative. They are spiritually damaging. When someone denies their actions or shifts the blame to you, it not only creates a sense of doubt and frustration, but it shakes the very foundation of trust in a relationship, regardless of who it's with. And number 7, they win you over with sweetness, then take advantage. At first, manipulators come across as overly agreeable, supportive, even charming. They're the nice guy, the sweet girl, until they know exactly how to win your trust, making you feel comfortable and safe. But once you've lowered your defenses and you've let your guard down, their true agenda starts to unfold. They shift the goalposts and start asking for more, whether it's more of your time, your resources, or your energy. Their sweetness becomes a strategic tool to get what they want. But Proverbs 16:8 says, "Better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice." In real life, the nice guy or the sweet girl who seems so easy to get along with suddenly begins to take advantage of your trust. They'll push for more of your time and your resources, even your emotional labor, knowing that you'll feel too guilty to say no. And when you push back and assert your boundaries, they'll turn the whole situation around to make you feel like you're being unreasonable or selfish, or they'll turn the charm back on and start the game all over again. And make no mistake, my friend, everything about a manipulator is a front and fake, and they will expend whatever energy is necessary to maintain that. Now that you know the signs of a manipulator, be sure to check out this episode next to uncover that one behavior that makes you impossible to manipulate. And don't forget to grab a copy of our free Narcissist Survival Guide. The link is in the description box below.